So here's the deal. The infamous transgender model, Shawna Brooks, exposed Molly Mall from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 1. Yes. Now I know what a lot of you may be thinking. Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend, unless they're back together again, because they're so off and on, I don't really know. But Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend is suspect as hell. Youngberg called him out at the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 1 reunion show. Plus, who doesn't think Molly Mall's suspect? He has that big old bald head and he wears the shirts with no fucking sleeves. And you're just like, oh, look at this guy. This fucker again. No, but seriously, all jokes aside. I mean, I always thought that he was suspect. I always thought he was sweet. But, hey, whatever. That doesn't take away from the fact that he makes hit records. And he has a lot of cool exotic animals that people like and whatnot. So, even if he is fruity, he might not be, but if he is fruity, at the end of the day, that doesn't take away from his talent and his accolades. Now, with all of that said, Shawna posted this message on social media where it says, and I quote, "But now I told Nicki about us, you block me, see you round." So what was said? Well, prepare yourself. Molly Mall said to Shawna, and I quote, "Hi, sexy lady," with the bouquet of roses emoji, to which Shawna replied by saying, "Hey boo, how are you?" Now, what Shawna should have said is, "How you doing?" Hi, sexy lady to a transgender man? Wow, Molly. You slipping, baby. You slipping. Like Peter Guns would say to Rich Dollars. But anyways.
In the book, you refer to Jamal. Jamal is Molly Mall from Love and Hip Hop. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Were you his bottom bitch?
I believe that happened with Suge Knight, and maybe he took it a little bit too far.
She's gonna demonstrate trick
Yeah, and you're like, oh, daddy.
But back to this.
Right, back to this.
To Molly Mall.
Okay.
So, well, Molly Mall's good friends with Tiger, right? Tiger.
Well, no. I don't know if, I don't know their relationship, but I know he invested a lot in his music projects and stuff like that. And, he did a lot of good things for Tiger. One thing I could say about Jamal is, like, he's done a lot for people and they didn't give him credit for it.
No,
but,
I bring Tiger up because we just had Cindy Sarr on the show. And apparently Media Takeout made up a big lie about her being with Tyga. So I wanted to ask you, like, what do you think about transgenders being in that circle?
Oh, hold up. Can you hear me at least?
Yeah.
Can we, like, what do you think about the transgenders in that circle? Huh? Like, do you think they exist in that circle? You think it's lies?
Are there a lot of transgender escorts? Hold up.
Let me sip this Jesus juice.
Man, hold up.
Honestly,
are there? There's a few.
I've been around. We all been around. We all been around closed studio sessions and all types of shit, and just sitting there like the wallflowers, watching them on Molly. Do their thing and seeing guys be a little bit too friendly. So, I've seen a lot of guys that I scratched my head and I'm like, what? So I thought I knew them, but, I don't necessarily know them like that. Mm-hmm. So as far as Tyga, I don't know him personally, but I do believe the story because I mean,
but you like I'm just asking you because you're in the circle. You've been around for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I'm on the low.
So you do believe the story, though.
Like I just wonder if you've seen, because I know you're really honest. You said that from the beginning.
Okay, I'm not gonna say any names, right? But around that whole little Vegas drive to LA drive circle of people or whatever. Yeah. Before Tyga was around, there were rumors that. Suge Knight, kind of. Hold up.
Wait, hold on. Suge Knight what?
Hold on, man. Okay, when Suge Knight got out of jail for the first time, he kind of like wanted to get his, feet back in the streets and shit. And, I whatever, might have been around, may have not, but rumors have it that Suge Knight had to make a little power play on another person that was, trying to be popping or whatever in that city, and
a male artist,
a male producer artist or whatever, and Suge.
You're dancing around it. What are you trying to say?
Pretty much what she's saying.
Hold up. No. Suge Knight. No. Wait. Let me finish the story. Suge Knight, was in someone's, vicinity and made a nigga drop to his knees and suck his dick.
Ooh.
And
get right to it.
And
the guy did it because he wanted to get on.
The guy did it. No. The guy did it because he was a pussy nigga and dropped to his knees. And Suge said, "Oh, whatever, I just did this time in prison or whatever, and this is how I show, or this is how niggas in the pen show or whatever, that, these niggas are bitches." But I didn't understand that because I see that as homosexuality. You just need to let another nigga suck your dick.
I too.
But, Suge Knight is Suge Knight. And thank God that, he's under the bus right now and can't catch me, but
so now do you look at that as homosexuality? Would you say that Suge Knight is a homosexual from that story, or you think that is really a power thing?
I think it's a institutionalized, mental,
Go ahead, Gigi. What are you going to say?
I agree. I feel like what happens in jail happens in jail.
They call it gay for step.
Nah, come on, man.
That shit happens in jail.
Tell me this, man.
Happen outside jail, though.
Niggas is in jail, sucking and fucking because that's what they're doing. They don't talk about it, but it happens. So I believe that happened with Suge Knight, and maybe he took it a little bit too far. But for him to say this how we,
because he's home now, you ain't got to do that no more.
Right? You can get a girl to suck your dick. You don't have to You don't have to make a nigga get on his knees because you can get a girl to suck.
But that was his way of making him feel.
Well, he should have chose a different way.
No, but back to
she's saying it was a power thing.
Back to the question that I asked, I because she's been around, you know what I mean. So this is someone who knows these people, and I just wanted to know if she feels like there may have been transgenders or homosexuality in the circle.
They are highly affected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
highly affected.
I mean, my time in
entertainment,
I find a lot of things
questionable.
Yeah, we're all chilling, and then the two dip off.
And it's like,
come back sweaty and
right. I gotta pay more attention to my surroundings.
It's like I'm
thinking they just had a game of pickup ball, not a game of suck my ball.
Sucking the ball.
Boom, boom, boom.
Now, do you think that you could be in a relationship with a guy who you knew
got his finger in his booty?
But what if he just got? Because some people don't think it's gay to get your dick sucked by another guy.
Yeah,
what people are those?
It's gay. No, I'm sorry, it's gay.
First of all, if you're in jail.
No.
What if you get raped in jail? Then are you gay?
No, yes, you are.
If you get raped?
Not if you get raped.
Took it.
I mean, if you get raped and then continue to.
You did not go down without a fight. I'm so sorry. If I was in a man's body, I would not be a homosexual. I would not take pipe in the booty. So if somebody tried to put it in my ass, I would be in isolation because I would have to piece him up and fight for my manhood until the very end.
Oh my life.
And that's that. That's that. So if you let yourself go, then you let yourself go at the end.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, what if you get beat up? You're laying on the ground, beat up, and
I think a real nigga cannot get raped in jail. I don't think a real nigga can get raped in jail.
No, you should be able to cleanse his butt clothes.
As soon as he gets to the jail, is gonna have respect, no matter what. You know what I mean?
I don't know. If I was a man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to call the CO before I took some dick in my booty. If I was,
I have to call the CO
for real. Yeah, I ain't turning gay. Hell,
but all right. So let's get back to talking about this whole
the book.
Yes,
I believe in Illuminati. I don't believe in the way they describe it. I don't believe that there's actually Illuminati in hip hop. With that being said, does Illuminati exist? It goes back to the Egyptian pyramids. Now, is the Masons claiming that? Some do, some don't. With that being said, there is a certain level that you get at that you can't go no further unless you're aware of certain things. And I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain level that you get to, that there's a door that you have to walk through. And it's on you to walk through that door And once you walk through that door, it's no coming back.
Have you had any celebrity sex to
Oh
try and
yeah,
help you?
yeah, with radical people like Sean Penn and Mel Gibson and Colin Farrell and P. Rose.
Which I think people were wondering, why would he do that?
I don't know, man. I was banging Sinatra, Flynn, Jagger, Richards, all of them. Just basically, they strapped on their diapers, and so
good sex.
It was just love. It was just just the butt,
Mm-hmm. What are we talking about? How much?
More than anybody could survive.
How do you survive that?
Because I'm me. Because that's how I roll. I have one speed. I have one gear. Go. I get tiger blood, man.